Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Uncivil Law. I hope you're having a great day, and we are here for episode number 43 of our ongoing coverage of the Capitol riots in the form of Bruno Joseph Kua, who apparently is the youngest member so far caught in our FBI dragnet, a young 18-year-old. He appears to be the youngest person who has so far been brought before the authority of the U.S. government. So we're going to learn a little bit about the intemperaments of youth and the folly of youth in today's episode. So what is our 18-year-old friend, brand new adult Mr. Kua, up to? All right, let's learn a little bit about his story. Let's get started with this. All right. The complainants, a sworn law enforcement officer, reported Kua to the FBI on the 11th. The complainant identified Kua in a photograph from a Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police Department presentation entitled Persons of Interest in Unrest-Related Offenses. The confidential informant, or the complainant, has direct interactions with Kua, including in person, through his official duties as a law enforcement officer who lives in Milton, Georgia. Well, we got some good news right off the bat, friends. For those of you who are wondering for a new state, we do have a new state. We have a Georgia. A Georgia has appeared. The Peach State has appeared, something that we have not seen before. So for those of you playing our game at home, please mark off the Peach State. Please mark off Atlanta. Please mark off the great state of Georgia, who makes its first appearance on our list. How fun. After a follow-up telephone interview with an FBI agent on the 15th, the informant provided a total of 5 screenshots and photographs to the FBI, including screenshots of the presentation from the police department and a screenshot from Kua's Instagram account, Bruno Kua 1776. The informant identified Kua facing away from the camera, wearing jeans and dark sweatshirt, holding a jean jacket with tan lining in his left hand, wearing a red baseball hat with the number 45 on the right side of it, in 2 screenshots of the presentation. The informant also identified Kua wearing the same clothing, including a red hat with the number 45 and a jean jacket with a tan lining, and screenshots of 2 other undated Instagram posts from his Instagram account. You following along? You following along here? So, first of all, we recognize him because we're a law enforcement officer in Milton, Georgia, and we've had some prior interactions with Kua. Apparently, we've had sufficient prior interactions with Kua that we're able to recognize him by sight. How exciting. You know, that suggests more than a traffic ticket or some other routine thing. That suggests something a little bit more. That our police officer friend here was able to recognize our friend by sight. So that's good. And then the second thing is, I've identified him based on his outfit. Well, how are we able to identify him based on his outfit? Because he was wearing the exact same outfit in a different photograph on Instagram. The exact same outfit. Wow. Maybe it's the same guy. And this is like the second or third time we've seen this, incidentally, where it's because they were wearing the exact same thing on the day in question that they had on a previous occasion. So, he's not the first, but, it's still notable. In the screenshot from his Instagram account, Kua stated he stormed the Capitol and, along with unidentified others, fought our way in. How do we know that he stormed the Capitol? How do we know he fought his way in? The FBI reviewed screenshots and determined that Kua placed the Instagram story at 5:13 p.m. on the 6th, based on an Instagram timestamp of 20 m, meaning the story was posted 20 minutes earlier. So how do we know that he did these things? How do we know that? Well, let's read what he had to write on his Instagram account, which we thoughtfully have a screenshot of in this complaint. This would be from Bruno Kua 1776, and he would like to offer the following valuable information. Yes, for everyone asking, I stormed the Capitol with hundreds of thousands of patriots. I'll do a whole video explaining what happened. This is history. What happened was unbelievable. Yes, we physically fought our way in. This is an interesting choice. So we're posting photographs and videos of our day, and just in case that wasn't enough to out ourselves on social media, we thoughtfully wrote a written confession and posted it to an Instagram. Yes, I stormed the Capitol. Yes, I physically broke in. In case anyone wants to know. Well, that clears that up. Yeah. And then we've got some pictures of him. We got some more pictures of him. Looks like he's climbing something. We got him with a hat. We got him on the floor of the Senate or something. Okay, that's good. On January the 17th of 2021, the New Yorker published a video entitled A Reporter's Video from Inside the Capitol Siege. The video documents individuals as they fought their way inside the Capitol and shows those who made it all the way to the Senate floor. The video shows Kua in the Senate gallery at a video timestamp of approximately 4 minutes and 21 seconds. At the timestamp of approximately 4:27, Kua is seen in front of a marble wall wearing a dark sweatshirt, red hat, and holding the same jean jacket from the earlier screenshots from an unrelated event that he thoughtfully posted on Instagram. Kua is also holding a cellular phone and appears to be actively filming his event because of course he is. At a timestamp of 4 minutes 32, Kua is seen facing the camera, wearing the dark sweatshirt, holding the same jean jacket in his left hand, a cellular phone in his right hand while wearing gray gloves. And then apparently this is him, presumably this is him speaking, and he says, "Where the F is Nancy?" Okay. All right. And yeah. And then he starts to sit in the chair, I think. Yeah. Hey, get out of that chair. Okay. All right, good. Here's a picture of him on the floor. Next to someone who is very much cosplaying Weekend Warrior. It's literally that guy in the military gear who, in the famous meme of, "I'm from the internet, I'm here to help." You know the one. It's literally that guy. Yeah. In the same video, a timestamp of approximately 4:44, Kua is heard off camera stating, "They can steal an election, but we can't sit in their chairs." In an in-person interview with FBI agents on the 20th, the informant identified Kua as speaking in this video because we've had enough interactions with him as law enforcement to recognize him by sight and also recognize his voice. We've had some interactions with young Mr. Kua over here. Shortly thereafter, in the same video, at timestamp of approximately 4:45, the camera pans to Kua, standing in back of the Senate chamber. Kua is seen with his cellular phone in his right hand, the inside-out jean jacket in his left hand, wearing the red hat and dark sweatshirt. At this point in the video, the logo of an American flag in the shape of what appears to be an eagle is visible on his sweatshirt. Okay, well, there he is with his sweatshirt and his hat, sitting at the senator's desk. Okay, that's good. Might be involved in some ways. Just, there's some evidence that suggests he may have participated in some way, including his own written confession on his own Instagram page. On January the 20th, the FBI conducted an in-person interview of the informant. The FBI agents also interviewed a different witness and a different witness, both of whom are also law enforcement officers. The other law enforcement officers positively identified Kua based on their interactions with Kua as their official duties. So now we've got 3 different law enforcement officers. We got 3 different law enforcement officers here from Milton, Georgia. And all three of them were like, yes, I recognize Kua. We've had interactions with him. Three different law enforcement officers. Yep, we know that's Kua. It suggests a little bit more than a speeding ticket, is what I'm saying. The informant, the witness, and the witness each reviewed a video from the New Yorker after its release on January 17th. The witnesses each independently identified Kua as speaking in the video. We all recognize him by voice. It suggests a little bit more than a speeding ticket in his history. The witness corroborated the identification of Kua in screenshots of Kua provided by the informant. The witness also corroborated identification of Kua in the same screenshots. In a separate video captured by the United States Capitol Police closed-circuit television cameras, Kua is seen outside the Senate gallery, near room S309, at a video timestamp of approximately 4 seconds. Kua is seen wearing jeans with the same previously identified jean jacket, dark sweatshirt, and red hat, while holding what appears to be a baton in his right hand. How interesting. He has a baton in his hand, that's nice, and his cellular phone in his left hand. Okie doke. Yeah, no, that doesn't mean they were undercover cops, no. No, it's just that it doesn't mean there were undercover cops there. The FBI put out a bolo. Be on the lookout. They put out a wanted poster. And they put out a lot of wanted posters related to this event. And this law enforcement guy from Milton, Georgia, recognized him from the wanted poster. It's like, that's Kua. No, there weren't undercover officers. That's not what that means. It means that when they saw the wanted poster, they're like, that's our Kua. That's what that means. All right. Here's some additional photographs from him from the closed circuit camera from the day, him walking on the carpeting. In the same video, at approximately a timestamp of 16 seconds, Kua is seen outside the Senate chamber doors, in physical altercation with the United States Capitol Police plainclothes officer, still holding a baton in his hand. Specifically, Kua can be seen shoving the officer in front of the door to the Senate chambers. Kua is then seen entering the Senate chambers through the open door. Yeah, officers in the town he lives in, that's right. Yeah, officer in the town he lives in, that's right. On January the 14th, an FBI agent interviewed the Capitol Hill police officer via phone. On January the 6th, a plainclothes officer with the Capitol Police was posted at the Senate chambers with 2 other Capitol Police officers. All 3 officers were dressed in suits, which is not atypical for law enforcement. You'll see people in uniform and you see people in suits. That just depends on the role at the time. So, yeah, that's pretty typical. While attempting to secure the 3rd floor group, a large group of people started coming down the hall. A number of individuals attempted to gain access to the room the officers were trying to secure. Shoving ensued between the officers, and at least one individual in the group, GL, did not recall what, if any, of the individuals looked like or what they were wearing. Video footage shows that this is one of the rioters who shoved GL. So we see him on video physically shoving a Capitol Hill police officer. We have it on tape from the closed circuit. Okay. In another closed-circuit television video from the East Corridor, Kua is seen walking down the corridor wearing the same jean jacket, gray gloves, dark sweatshirt, and red hat. Kua is seen carrying what appears to be a baton in his right hand, his cellular phone in his left hand. I wonder where he got the baton from. During the same video, Kua is seen attempting to open a brown door at approximately this timestamp. As he continues down the corridor, he's observed wearing the same previously identified attire, including the stuff we mentioned, while twirling the baton in his right hand. So he's twirling it. I guess twirling, ever twirling or something, This is good. Yep, there he is. There's our Kua with the baton in his hand, and it looks suspiciously like he might be twirling it. Yeah, that sounds about right. On January the 21st, the informant provided the FBI with a photograph taken from a law enforcement encounter between local law enforcement and Kua on January 3rd. So, 3 days before the Capitol Hill riots, he had a separate interaction with local police. In the photograph, Kua is seen wearing the same jean jacket and gray gloves that he wears in the videos we saw above. So, we recognize him from sight because of his clothing, and we recognize his clothing because he was wearing literally the same thing 3 days ago. Here it is on tape. Here he is. Here is him in a prior interaction wearing the exact same thing. It kind of narrows it down a little bit, yeah. On January the 8th, the FBI received a tip identifying Kua's Parler account, Patriot Bruno, with a display name of Bruno Kua. I wonder who it could be. I wonder who the display name Bruno Kua could be. Could it literally be a guy named Bruno Kua? As it turns out, yes. Yes, it can. Along with posts from his account. In some of these posts, Kua referenced his plans to travel to Washington, D.C. on the 6th. In other posts, Kua stated, President Trump is calling us to fight, and this isn't a joke. This is where and when we make our stand. Hashtag January 6th, Washington, D.C. The tip also stated Kua actively encouraged events on the 6th for 11 days leading up to this attack. He actively encouraged them. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's see what we got. What do we have for Mr. Kua here? President Trump is calling us to fight. Hashtag DO. Yep, that's hashtag DOJ. Okay, he's tagging the DOJ. He's tagging the DOJ in his posts. I can't even deal with it. I can't even get the words all the way out of my mouth. He's tagging the DOJ in his post announcing his intentions to riot. Okay. Hashtag DOJ, hashtag Supreme Court, hashtag FBI. He's tagging the FBI and the DOJ in his post announcing his intentions. He's tagging the DOJ and the FBI in his post announcing his intentions. Okay. His own cabinet, everyone has betrayed him. It's Trump and we the people versus Deep State and the CCP. He knows this is the only way to save our great country. Show up January 6th. It's time to take our freedom back the old-fashioned way. Hashtag somebody's name and some other stuff I can't quite read. Okay. You know. This is the third time he's tweeted about it. This isn't a joke. This is where and when we make our stand. Hashtag January 6th, Washington, D.C. Be there, no matter what. Nothing is more important. Hashtag live free or die. Hashtag fight for Trump. Hashtag 1776. Hashtag we the people. Hashtag Second Amendment. Hashtag Second Amendment. Hashtag two-way. Hashtag freedom. Hashtag guns. Hashtag pro-gun. Hashtag protests. All right. If you aren't going to D.C. on Wednesday, pray for us. Pray for President Trump. Pray for Mike Pence. Pray for Congress. Pray for our country. Okay. All right, so based on the foregoing, the FBI believes they may have some evidence that might suggest the following possible charges. The FBI believes that there is probable cause to believe that Mr. Kua may have violated the law when it comes to forcibly assaulting, resisting, opposing, impeding, intimidating, or interfering with any officer of the United States. We believe that he may have violated the law when it comes to unlawfully committing or attempting to commit any act to obstruct, impede, or interfere with a law enforcement officer engaged in their duties. We believe he may have broken the law when it comes to making it a crime to obstruct, influence, or impede an official proceeding or attempting to do so. We believe that he may have possibly violated the law when it comes to entering the restricted buildings or grounds and impeding the orderly conduct of government. And finally, we believe that he may have violated the law when it comes to making it a crime to willfully and knowingly remain on the floor of either House of Congress or in a cloakroom or lobby adjacent to the floor in the House of Representatives or the Senate, and signed our friends at the FBI. Now, my friends, I'm going to give you a second to anticipate what's coming next as I take a drop of water. Normally, at this point in the video, one of two things is going to happen, right? Normally, at this point in the video, one of two things is going to happen. Normally, either I just sign off, or I go to the grand jury proceedings. Well, I have something different for you today. Would you like to take a guess as to what that different thing is? I'll give you a second. Whatever you're thinking in your head, you're wrong. Mr. Kua has some thoughts he'd like to express. And the mechanism in which he'd like to express these thoughts is in a formal written letter that he wrote to the judge that is presiding over his case. This letter has been entered into the record. Would you like to read the letter? Would you like to see it? Okay, let's do that. This is docket entry number 17 in this ongoing criminal case of United States of America versus Bruno Joseph Kua. Fourth notice of supplemental information. Defendant Bruno Joseph Kua, by and through his attorneys, hereby provides to this court supplemental information in support of his motion for revocation of detention. He is currently being held in jail, and he is sad, and he'd like to express his sadness. Enclosed herewith is a letter to this court from Mr. Kua. Apparently his attorneys thought that this was a good idea somehow. Mr. Kua wrote this letter on his own accord, you don't say, and sent it to his parents requesting it be filed. His parents, in turn, sent it to counsel. Sincerely, the attorneys. Okie doke. Let's read what Mr. Kua would like to offer this court. Your Honor, I understand that you're concerned I may be a danger, that I may act upon things I said. Given how inappropriate my social media activity was, I truly understand your worries, and I appreciate you taking time to really consider the options. I'd like to strongly assure you that I'm not a danger to anyone, and I will absolutely never act on what I said. I have yearned to speak with you, to truly apologize and show you my forever changed heart. I will never be the same person. Jail has had its full effect on me. I'm completely humbled, deeply remorseful, and regretful! Exclamation mark. Also followed by a period for some reason. Both an exclamation mark and a period. After all, that's what jail is for, right? You can definitely tell this has been written by him because it is in absolutely no way been spell checked, grammar checked, or sanity checked. Teaching people a lesson? Question mark. Lesson fully received, Your Honor. My posts were foolish, unnecessary, and untrue. That's, no apostrophe, not who I am or who I've ever wanted to be. I've completely comprehended a very painful exclamation mark. Lesson. Over the last month in jail, including over 2 weeks in isolation. I've completely lost those aggressive feelings and moved on from the entire political idea. I was wrong. If you find it in your heart to release me, I will diligently abide by any and all conditions the court places on me. All I ask is that you please allow me to be reunited with my loving family so we can figure out the next steps before I stand trial. I promise I will not step 1 foot out of line. I miss my family more than anything in the world. I've never been away from them like this. I would also like you to know that these are my own words from the heart. I 100% believe this, that it's coming from you directly. I have zero doubts in my mind. I've not consulted with anyone, no joke, on what I should say. You don't say that you didn't consult with anyone. This had to be a really interesting moment for the attorneys. Our client did what now? Our client did what now? Can you imagine these poor attorneys, man? I just want to go home to my mom and dad. I'm truly sorry. Thank you for your time and considering my words, Your Honor. Signed, Bruno Kua. Wow. 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 Okay. Well, Mr. Kua here believes that jail has served its purpose. He believes that he has been sufficiently rehabilitated. And he has been scared straight. And he'd like to go home and spend time with his mother and father. Now, it does get one step better, my friends. I know it's amazing. It does somehow get one step better. Let me just scroll in Georgia while you figure what that is so I can show you my map. There, we got Georgia all colored in. All right, here's how it gets one step better. The U.S. Attorney has expressed some opposition to Mr. Kua being released to the custody of his parents. And the U.S. Attorney has a reason. Is it because Mr. Kua is a dangerous threat? Maybe. Is it because Mr. Kua assaulted a police officer? That could be. Is it because Mr. Kua poses an ongoing threat? That's a good guess. But that's not what the U.S. Attorney went with. The U.S. Attorney didn't go with any of those reasons. The U.S. Attorney is objecting to releasing him to the custody of his parents for a much more specific reason. He's objecting releasing him to the custody of his parents because, as it turns out, it was his parents who drove him to the United States Capitol. The U.S. Attorney doesn't think that maybe these people should be the person that will monitor Mr. Kua's conduct going forward. The U.S. Attorney thinks this is a bad plan. Okay. That's it. If you're enjoying this story, please remember to give it a like. If you're not a subscriber already, why not? Please hit the subscribe button. And did you know for 99 cents, you too can become a member of the channel? That's true. There should be links that have been announced from time to time to remind you of how to become a member. You could click. It helps to support the channel financially. And so we get to cover more and more cases like this. Until later, my friends, I hope all is well. Cheers and goodbye.